Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of GeeksspeaK. Today we're going to be talking about two things.
First, we're gonna get back into it with the Bad Batch,
and then after we're going to be talking about our very first movie. It just came out on Friday.
New Cruella movie.
Yeah, so you know,
on Disney Plus Premier Access.
$30 by the way. But yeah,
I would have waited, but he wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it. It was a good movie. So, but yeah. So this is now, was it the 5th episode of Bad Batch?
This is the 5th episode of the Bad Batch.
Okay,
episode 5 called Rampage.
Oh yeah, and there is a rampage, all right. But we'll get into that.
Oh, it starts the episode with Omega getting to repurpose Crosshair's comm, which I kind of liked because, like, now she's really being part of the team.
She's basically replacing Crosshair until they possibly get him back. So
yeah, I don't want to say replace. She's not replacing, but like Tech said, he's not using it.
Yeah, really. Like, he's not using it. He has an Empire comlink now, so. But
Record's head is also still hurting.
Yeah.
So that makes me think that it really is the inhibitor chip.
Yeah, it could be the inhibitor chip now, because he definitely did hit his head, like, what, 3 episodes ago?
I think it was 2 episodes ago, but I'm glad actually that it's not just that one-off thing and it is reoccurring now.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's reoccurring, that really makes me think, all right, it's the inhibitor chip. So now, like, you said that Rex was supposed to be in this.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the storyline about his inhibitor chip being taken out.
Yeah. And
then seeing him in Rebels. I was watching like a video about Rex and Rebels. So yeah, if anything, that's probably where he's going to come into it. Like, Wrecker's going to be like fighting with the inhibitor chip and they have to go find Rex because he's the only one who was able to beat it, you know? Clone wise.
I mean, yeah. Like, he did enact in Order 66, but like I said previously, Ahsoka physically removed his inhibitor chip. So.
Right, so they know how to do that now. Yeah. He knows what's going on, so maybe. But also, if you think about that, then for that matter, Tech and Echo both know about inhibitor chips. So you don't think Tech's not smart enough to figure out how to do that procedure?
Possibly. Would you even consider Tech a medical droid, or not a medical droid?
Well, no, I wouldn't consider him a medical anything, but if he's so smart in, like, a lot of different categories, why couldn't he learn about the inhibitor chip and how to remove it?
I think, because I'm pretty sure they learned of the inhibitor chip from Omega, and I'm sure Omega doesn't know fully.
Your phone is causing some.
I'm pretty sure Omega told them about it briefly. I doubt she knows fully of them, or like what their purpose is, or
right. But Tech knew about it too because Echo, because his got removed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. At the very least, that could lead to Rex. They're gonna have to get it out somehow if it's gonna keep causing a problem.
I don't know when Rex is gonna show up, but he was in the trailer, so there's.
My bad, it looked weird.
But
sorry.
Yeah. But whenever Rex does show up in the show, it'll be an important episode for sure.
And he'll be bald with a big beard, I hope.
No.
Because that's how we last saw him in Rebels, I think.
Yeah, that was also like 10 years. Like 15 years.
Ago? Before this?
No, this was after.
Rebels is after?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the Bad Batch is literally shortly after Season 7 of the Clone Wars, so.
Oh, okay. So we're going to see Rex looking like he did at the end of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Which he just looks like every other clone?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that look change was just for Rebels. I thought that was the ending.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes more sense now.
But yeah, in the episode, they seek out an old Jedi informant to give them information about the bounty hunter that was hunting, or not hunting, but basically going after Omega. And well, we already know who she is.
Her name is Sid.
No, I'm talking about the bounty hunter. But the old Jedi informant,
yeah. We know it's Fennec Chan after them, but they don't get that.
Yeah, they don't know yet.
She's new to the scene, but we've seen Mandalorian. Well, you've seen Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I was talking about Sid. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But speaking of Sid, you said you watched like a old video talking about like the potential Jedi that actually went to go visit her.
I didn't necessarily watch that about her, but I've watched some old videos about Sifo Dyas and how he made the clone army. And she said that other Jedi came to her for information. And like Star Wars Theory said, I don't see that being Mace Windu or Yoda because they just seem too like on the righteous side.
Yeah.
Possibly, maybe Obi-Wan. Maybe we'll get to see that in the Obi-Wan show. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because like when Ben's on the run, I would imagine he would use some not necessarily good methods to get around, you know?
Yeah, because, you know, the Day of the Jedi are old, so.
Right, so I think it could be Obi-Wan. I don't think it would be Anakin because, like, he's just too on the dark side. That's not a Jedi anymore by the time you've seen her.
You mentioned Count Dooku as a potential...
Yes, because you told me we know that he was on the good side and then he got corrupted. Maybe, because I know Count Dooku is the one that went to Kamino on behalf of
Sifo
the
Dyas.
Chancellor.
Oh, no.
Sifo Dyas went first and commissioned it, and then...
And then after Sifo Dyas' passing...
Yes. Then Dooku went to basically say, oh, yeah, this is the Jedi. We want this to happen, when really he was already on the bad side at that point, and he was doing it so that Palpatine could use the army. So... I don't know if he saw Sid when he was on the light side or the dark side of the Force, but either way, Dooku's definitely probably one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe even Grievous if you count him. No, she said Jedi, so I wouldn't. Palpatine? Is he considered a Jedi?
No, he was a Sith.
Well, I get that, but I mean, before people knew that, was he considered a Jedi?
He was a Sith in hiding.
Oh, okay, so nobody even knew that he had the Force powers?
Everyone in the Republic... Alright, so when he was, in his cloak, he went by Sidious. Mm-hmm. But, like, public figure, that's Palpatine.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So, yeah, he wasn't, okay. So then, I'm willing
Sidious
to
and
bet...
Palpatine were two different people.
Gotcha. So I'm willing to bet it's Dooku or Sifo Dyas or Ben Kenobi or some older other Jedi that I'm not familiar with.
Maybe Qui-Gon? After all, Count Dooku is Qui-Gon's master.
I could see Qui-Gon, possibly.
So that'd be interesting.
Because, I mean, we've seen him do some not necessarily stupendous things, even in the prequels.
Yeah.
They were betting on the races and stuff. So, I mean, yeah, maybe he could have...
And another thing, like when Qui-Gon brought Anakin to the Coruscant, mm-hmm. and was like trying to get Anakin trained, the council wouldn't train him because he was a lot older than the younglings that would be trained. Like the younglings that we see in like episode 2 being trained by Yoda, they look like to be like 5, 6 maybe. Yeah, while Anakin was
10,
like,
right?
Yeah, 10 or 11.
So the only reason they didn't start his training is because he was too old? I thought it was because like Yoda just sensed that he was going to be too powerful and a problem.
He didn't say that, but he did kind of hit Anakin with a like God, the religion of the Inca or Azteca.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. But
either way,
hatred leads to the dark side of the Force. So he knew that he was going to be that passionate, and then just said he didn't want to train him.
Yeah, and then that's what led to Qui-Gon going under the console and training him anyway, and then we see him die in Phantom Menace, and his last words were like, train the boy to Obi-Wan. And that was his dying wish.
Because he would have totally trained him, but and that's the only reason Obi-Wan did it, is because it was his dying wish.
Yeah,
he didn't want to train Anakin.
No, he did not.
But anyway, off topic. So, getting back to the episode, we were in Sid's office, and then she has a job for them to go find Moochie, who's some kid they have to go rescue from slave traders.
Yeah, and here we think this is a normal kid. No, it ain't no normal kid.
Honestly, when they went to go spy on them and see everything that was down there, I was a little kind of happy that Omega actually did stay in the ship. I mean, until the Bad Batch got captured. But, like, I thought for sure she was just going to wait till, like, camera view was off, and then she was going to run and do something.
Yeah. So, like, she can listen when she wants to, but...
Right. But then
she's
we've
on
seen
a new
her
planet.
run with Fennec Shan just running the streets. But, yeah. So, people try to go in her ship, and then she totally gets out of there. And, she's an awesome battle strategist.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Because, like, so the Bad Batch are captured, and they're sitting down, tied up, and then you have Omega up top coming in and seeing them. They, like, communicate without even talking. Like, she's a quick learner. I can't remember. Okay, so I think it was Wrecker that was sitting down there, and he was like, oh, if we had our gear, you'd really be in trouble now. And then Omega heard that and then looked for the gear and found it, and then, like, you know what I mean? So they were both communicating, like, trying to give hints to what to do without... I just find that interesting because, yes, that would be something the Bad Batch would do, but the fact that Omega's a new member and she was already latching on to that.
Yeah, she was picking up on the subtle hints. And
I don't know if that's supposed to be her, like, the clone that she is, being super smart, being able to pick up on that, or if that's just showing that she's really acclimating and becoming part of the team.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because I feel like that would be going too fast, honestly. Like, I think season 1 needs to be her coming into the team. If we get a season 2, that would be her being a full-fledged member, or maybe a couple episodes before the end of this season.
Yeah,
she's still too impulsive to, like, be one of them for now.
I don't know. If we do get a season 2, there will definitely be some major character development somewhere.
Right.
So,
but you said what is going on about Moochie?
So Moochie, like, it shows some. Was the alien?
I don't know
blue
the species, but they were green aliens.
But they were like green aliens that were slaves with a, like, little green girl or something, and then, like, the Bad Batch gets loose. They go to her, like, no.
They think it's her Moochie. They have to rescue.
No, I'm not Moochie. Then she points to the cage that Omega then lets open
to release a baby Rancor.
Which I find very interesting because we then see, I think shortly before they get to the planet, Bib Fortuna, Jabba's right-hand man.
You called that out quick.
Yeah, I didn't even, like, I didn't see the face, but
as soon as he started talking, you were like, "Hey, that's Jabba's guy."
Yeah.
And he showed up later, and then you called it. There's no way I would have got that.
But he called Sid up, like, "Hey, are you gonna get the kid?" And then she said something about it being a Rancor, and that's gonna be a tougher job or something. But basically,
get to the point.
Their goal is to get a Rancor, and long story short, they end up rescuing it. And
that is not where I thought you were going at all. I thought you brought up Bib Fortuna just so you could say, like, hey, he commissioned Sid to get this Rancor, which would be leading to the fact that maybe it's Jabba's Rancor from his Rancor pit. That's where I thought you were going, and then you totally just like fucking.
Well, that's where I was going.
Well, that's why I said get to the point, and then you just like jumped over the point. Jesus, I don't know, man. Think before you just launch into a rant, dude. You think about the wrong details sometimes,
No.
man.
I don't think about the wrong details,
do.
but when I'm being
do.
rushed, like, I get it, like, we don't want to be here all night, but...
Well, I mean, I'm not even necessarily trying to rush you, but it's just, like, sometimes you just sit here and you just kind of talk about, like, nothing for a minute, and then you get to the actual point, and it's like, dude, we didn't need all that. And you can tell me to shut the fuck up at any point, too, man.
Well, I don't, so... But either way...
I don't think that's Jabba's
you know, it might not be... It could just be the mother of the Rancor. But, you know, there is a lot of Star Wars Legends content that's no longer canon. So, You said that the Rancor that Jabba has in Return of the Jedi is a male Rancor.
I believe it is. I believe he's got a boy and Muchi is a girl.
But, you know, they could just retcon that, like, everything retcons everything nowadays. So...
You're right, they could, but, I mean... Regardless, whether they retcon it or they don't, you're right in your assumption that it's related to Jabba. It's got to be one of his.
Like, there's no way it's not Jabba.
But I would personally think, because this is so far back, it's probably the mother. But regardless, it's Jabba's.
But if that is the mother, then Rancors don't have a long lifespan at all. Because if you think about it, if that is the mother, she died before Return of the Jedi, because we don't see another Rancor anywhere else in sight in Jabba's palace.
Right. And when does... Okay, so from the Bad Batch right now till we see Jabba's palace, roughly how long would you say is in between there?
That's a good 30 years.
Okay.
At least. No, never mind. That's a lie. That's 20 years.
Okay. So if it's a baby, I would assume maybe a year old at the most.
Yeah.
In the Bad Batch, then I think 20 years isn't a bad lifespan for a Rancor.
Yeah, now that you put it that way. Yeah, that's not so bad.
I'm going based off of like a dog, I guess. Like, I know it's a giant beast.
But you think with like a creature as big as the Rancor could grow up to be, you think. Yeah, that I could see that maybe living up to 40, maybe 50 years.
But again, the way we see Luke kill the Rancor in the Rancor pit, maybe he bought a new one because his got killed, so he needed to get more.
Yeah.
Or, like you said, if it's only 20 years, I don't know the lifespan of a Rancor, but, like, maybe it's not the mom. Maybe it is that one, and they are going to do some retcon. But you can talk for a second, because I'm low-key going to see if I can find the lifespan of a Rancor.
But, yeah. And then that's another thing. If Muchi is the mother, and if that's what they're going to go with, if that is the mother of the Rancor in Jabba's palace, then what soldier did he have, like, locked down in the Rancor pit that was able to kill the Rancor? Like Luke, he had the Force. He didn't have his lightsaber on him because they did compensate that. But
are you saying that only someone as powerful as someone with the Force could defeat a Rancor?
Oh no, I'm not saying that. But if he had someone down in the Rancor pit as bait for the Rancor, then that person clearly had to have been trained very late.
True. Because I was gonna say Wrecker took the Rancor out no problem, but it was a baby.
Yeah, that was a baby. And would you even count that as him taking it out? They literally just like fought until they both got exhausted.
That just reminded me of like the battle between I think it's Hercules and Thor in the comics or whatever. They're both just like so matched that they just keep fighting for like weeks.
Jesus.
And neither of them get tired, and they're just like, all right, I mean, this is ridiculous. They just both passed out.
Yeah, they passed out fighting each other, which I found that funny. But yeah, then shortly after that, we see them like walking back to Sid's place with Bib Fortuna waiting for them. So you know, there's that. And if I could have possibly have been wrong about it being Bib Fortuna on the transmission call, well, we see him.
Yeah, like it was confirmed.
Yeah, like it was confirmed.
Also, I like how he looks in this way better than I like how he looks in The Mandalorian. That was creepy as hell.
Well, in The Mandalorian, he gained some weight, a lot of weight.
He turned into Jabba.
Basically, he's not the same species as Jabba, obviously.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he's a Twi'lek.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's another Twi'lek, but his fangs just grew long enough to where like he could wear them around
Just wears them as a cape. Although, actually, maybe the other Twi'leks can do that too, but like she, because it's a female, she just keeps hers back to show hair, you know?
Yeah.
Like to be more feminine. Okay, I am not finding anything about the life expectancy of a Rancor, so I'm sad. But yeah, I'm not sure. That's a loud car driving by. Oh my god.
He is a Twi'lek.
Oh, okay.
Yep, the Twi'lek Bib Fortuna. Okay.
Wow.
I knew I heard that somewhere, but
I would not have thought that. I would not have ever.
Yeah, I did not make the connection that he was a Twi'lek either. But then when
if you would not have said that, no.
Which that's crazy to think about how, you know, that is something crazy. He's literally like the only like pale colored Twi'lek, while you see every other Twi'lek being like blue and green, and
maybe that's why he's on the dark side.
Like Harrison Dula, she's a Twi'lek, she's green. Ayla Secura,
that's
another
who
Twi'lek.
I think of. That's the only Twi'lek I think of, Ayla Secura, because of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 video game where you play as her.
Yeah. Where like you can unlock her as like a character to play as throughout the battlefield or the battlefront.
Dude, something I didn't mention is when Omega was hiding on the ship, I love how the Gonk droid hides. He just kind of like looks around like C-3PO would, and then he just kind of like sucks everything in and just sits there.
Yeah, he's
like Wall-E.
He's literally like the turtle of fucking the Star Wars universe, dude.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
Like when in doubt, show it out.
But okay, something that was weird. So you said to subdue the Rancor and get it and bring it back to Sid, her and Wrecker just like went at it until they both passed out.
Yeah.
So if they fight until they both pass out, then how do we see the next scene where they deliver Sid with like everybody being friends? Omega's riding on top of Muchi and like they're all just walking happily into the sunset.
Yeah, maybe the Rancor was like, yeah, no, they'll just have Wrecker fight me, and we're just gonna pass out again.
I mean,
I don't know.
I guess it's a show, so like we didn't need to see them having that little chat. Like, hey, we're taking you back. We're friends. Come on, be nice. Like we just saved you from the bad guy, you know.
Like we got the idea,
right?
Like they were sent to retrieve something.
I guess that's the point of the fight scene, but like it was just weird. It was a little weird how they did it. I found it a little weird.
A little bit.
And then what happens? They get back. They give Sid Muchi. Sid gives Muchi to Bib Fortuna, right?
Yeah, and
isn't that why he comes?
Yeah, for literally the Rancor.
Okay. So he collects his loot, gets out. Oh, this is the confirmation of Fennec Shand.
Oh yeah, she gives them the information that they were looking for. Tells us information that we already knew, but you know the Bad Batch didn't know that yet. So, and then Sid gives them their credits.
Wait, but something she says about Fennec Shand. She says that it looks like, because she talked through what is it, the council? What is the thing with that like Boba runs? With all of the, not the Mandalorians, but like the assassins or the mercenaries and stuff.
I don't remember the name
Guild
of the
of Mercenary or whatever.
Maybe.
I can't remember what it's called, but he runs a group, and that's where she has her connections, is in that group. And she said in the show that Fennec Shand was like a direct commission, meaning that someone hired her specifically to retrieve Omega, so she wasn't just going after some random bounty.
Yeah.
So, oops, I don't know about you, but the only people as of right now that I can think even would care about Omega would be Nala Se or the other Kaminoan.
I could see that, but I don't know. It could be the Kaminoans. I
don't think Tarkin even knows. Yeah, he does know about it.
He knows of. He knows of her, but
it was some random.
Whether she is important to Tarkin, that's debatable because, like, yeah, she is another clone. I'm pretty sure Tarkin knows that, but whether the Omega is important enough to Tarkin to set a bounty out on her for her retrieval, I don't know. I doubt it.
I'm not even sure. I know that this show is The Bad Batch, but like I'm kind of a little like I feel like it's been too long since we've seen any Empire shenanigans. And I'd like to see some of them. Like, yeah, sure, we got, like, some of the influence spreading, and we heard the cat people say, like, you're not in the Republic anymore. So they know. But,
that whole race of slavers, yeah.
Right, but, like, I kind of want to see Tarkin or someone again and see how much further their plans have progressed. Like, maybe they are worried about Omega.
It'll come eventually.
I'm wondering if that's the big plot twist reveal. Oh, it's them that want Omega.
Yeah, it could definitely be them. You heard earlier in a video from Star Wars Theory that like he theorizes that maybe Vader will appear in the show. In like Crosshair.
Well, he's not dead, so he could.
Yeah, no, he's not dead. But you know, maybe the Crosshair and Vader are working together. Maybe because there is like the producers, I'm pretty sure revealed that the finale was gonna be sad. So maybe it involves Vader killing the Bad Batch, like Star Wars Theory mentioned.
I'm not so hooked on the idea of it being Vader, though.
Yeah, if they were to throw Vader in, it would have to be something more important.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Like, don't get me wrong, Vader's cool. I'd love to see him, but this is a man that murdered children.
Yeah, he murdered children.
He was so good at his craft that he just went around eliminating all the Jedi, and then Chancellor Palpatine, on many occasions, had to try to deter him from going after Jedi because, like, at this point there were only a couple left and it was over, and he needed to do bigger and better things.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Palpatine actually had Inquisitors go after Jedi, which basically the word Inquisitor is basically just Sith, but Inquisitor meaning Jedi Hunter. Right.
But then Vader, if it was a Jedi he wanted to go after or something caliber like that, he'd be like, no, I'm personally going after this.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, if he was on a mission...
Hungry, he wanted all of them gone.
Yeah.
And then just to turn around and sacrifice himself. My man.
Hey, man. He saw his kid getting fucked up by his boss, so...
But with all that being said, I don't see this, like you said, I don't see this being something important enough for Vader to show up in yet.
Like, I could see Vader appearing, and it would definitely make sense for it to be a season finale thing.
Right.
But how big would the season finale be for Vader to have to appear?
Ooh, that's the thing. Like, I can't find a scenario in my mind where it really makes sense for Vader and Crosshair to team up. Like, if anything, if Crosshair can't take him out, then he's proven useless, so why wouldn't Vader... If anything, Crosshair would fail at trying to take the Bad Batch out, and that's why Vader would come in.
Actually, I could think of one. I know I've mentioned it quite a bit.
What?
But, the production of Force-sensitive clones, that's when they bring in Starkiller from the game.
Oh, yeah, because he's a Force-sensitive clone.
Well, the original one he's a kid that he finds on Kashyyyk, and Kashyyyk is not in crumbles yet in the current timeline.
Okay.
So if they could pull some, basically they could pull some shit from the Force Unleashed games and make that stuff canon, and that would be the importancy of Vader coming in. Because this is a show about clones.
But that would make you pissed because you don't want Force-sensitive clones.
I don't want Omega to be a Force-sensitive clone.
But I mean, like, what are they going to do? Pull another random clone into the mix at this point? It would, if there's a Force-sensitive clone in the story, it's her.
Yeah, but I don't know. They could have the season finale tease Starkiller, and then have season 2 take place, I don't know, maybe a good few years, like 5-10 years.
Yeah, depending on if Force-sensitive clones come into play or not, then Vader might be in season 2. But I really don't see him for what? Why does he need to come into this?
Yeah.
Like, it took a while for him to come into the Clone Wars.
Other than Starkiller, I see no reason of Vader's appearance.
Right. Like, I don't really... And like you said, you said Starkiller.
Yeah.
I don't see him coming in unless he came in as, like, maybe he was one of the last finale episode things, and then Vader comes in. Like, maybe that's the finale episode. Them two getting introduced.
Yeah. Because it would be cool to see Starkiller in some media other than interactive media, which has been the video games.
Right.
Because I'm a huge fan of those games, and it would just be cool to. And then the actor who actually voices Starkiller, he's the same actor who voices Darth Maul in the Clone Wars and Rebels.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Speaking of voice actors, the voice actress who plays Sid in this episode, Rhea Perlman, she's Danny DeVito's wife.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping she was related to Ron Perlman, but...
That voice is familiar.
Yeah.
She also played the chameleon in the movie Sing.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
And that's where I recognized it from.
But yeah, I'm blanking on the voice actor's name, but he's appeared in several Star Wars projects. He could appear in another one, but as a different character. Like, yeah, Darth Maul could appear in the show as well because he's still alive as of now. But
I didn't think of that. He could appear, but then if honestly, you're thinking about this being the Bad Batch, why?
I don't see it, and personally, I feel like we've gotten too much Darth Maul over like the last 5 years.
Really, too much?
Like, I don't know. Because in the Phantom Menace, we know him as he said a few things in the Phantom Menace, but he was basically just that stereo-looking figure that literally said nothing.
Yeah, he just came to kill you and got killed.
And then he appears in the Solo movie. He is in Rebels. He's in the Clone Wars. And if you...
I didn't know he was in the Solo movie.
Yeah, he was like a cameo.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like we've gotten too much of him because of those three things, especially since I've watched all three of those things simultaneously. So I'm like, although Darth Maul's a cool character and I'm glad they brought him back, but
I'm a little weirded out at how they brought him back. Like, we saw him get chopped into half and fall down a hole. How do you come back from that?
Basically, he was strong enough with the dark side of the Force where his anger allowed him to survive. Because he was just so vengeful at getting back at Obi-Wan.
He just, stayed alive because of his anger until someone found him and gave him robot legs?
Basically.
That's crazy.
And not just someone, his supposed brother.
Oh, okay.
That he has in the Clone Wars.
So that's the reason.
It's not the way that I'm wording it does not sound good enough.
So is that the same reason that Anakin survived getting all of his limbs chopped off in lava?
Oh, no. He just got rescued in time.
Oh, okay.
Like, if Palpatine got there, like, 10, 20 minutes later, he probably would have been dead.
Oh, okay. Got you. So then wouldn't you argue that Darth Maul is stronger than Darth Vader?
To an extent. A little bit, yeah.
Like, I mean...
Like, Anakin's the chosen one. But...
Is he, though?
Alright, Anakin...
No, I know.
...is probably the strongest in the light side of the Force, while I feel like Darth Maul could possibly be the strongest in the dark side of the Force.
I mean, Anakin was pretty strong with the dark side of the Force.
No, he
Darth
was.
Vader was like...
But that's the thing, though. Like, I'm pretty sure so take his dark side strength and convert it to the light side strength. He could have done all that, but that was against the Jedi code.
Right.
So
then
like, he was
wouldn't
limited.
You argue then that it's all the same strength and it's only light side or dark side because of the code that you adhere to?
Yeah.
Or is there literally different powers between the light side and the dark side?
I wouldn't say there's different powers, but like the code, but the way that the code works is that like you can't have Force lightning and be on the light side.
Really?
I don't know if that's official, but we only ever see dark side users use the Force lightning.
Right, and I don't understand that. But whatever.
Like, we see Starkiller use Force lightning, and he was originally on the dark side, but he betrayed Vader as himself, and even his clones betrayed him.
Oh, okay. And the episode ends. Okay, so we got off topic, but
yeah, a little bit.
This episode of Bad Batch ends with Sid telling Hunter basically that if they ever need work, she has it for him.
Yeah.
So is that how they're gonna make money from now on? Or is that what they're gonna do now? Because they can't be clone troopers anymore? They're just gonna turn into mercenaries?
I don't feel like that's at all the case, because you heard Hunter's plan in episode 3 or 4 about going to that specific planet that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah, to hide out.
Yeah, to so I feel like Sid's appearance was maybe a one-off thing.
Interesting. It does seem like there's a lot of... That is the one interesting thing about these shows. There's a lot of stuff that seems really big, but it's one-off, but it leaves a lot of room to come back and explore different episodes.
Yeah. Like, maybe Cut will appear, like, one more time. I don't know. Or maybe he's just done.
I don't know.
Like, we see him once in the Clone Wars, we see him once in this, and that's it.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Guys.
But yeah, that's all I got for the episode. It pretty much ended there.
Yeah. Oh, Sid also mentioned something about, like, them clones being valuable, like, very valuable. Someone like Fennec Shand is hunting after them. And she's like, don't worry, I can keep a secret. So.
That still makes me a little weird because, like, they're really playing Fennec Shand to be this awesome bounty hunter, but like I've stated in both appearances we've seen her,
she's failed her mission twice.
Right.
Or not twice, but she's failed both of her missions.
Okay, well, from what we can assume, we know in The Mandalorian she failed. We know. Yeah. And we can assume she's gonna fail in this one, because if she captures Omega, then like what happens next? You know, like, is there no season 2? You know, like, I don't get it.
If anything, there would be a season 2, because she would capture Omega, the Bad Batch would get her back.
Right, exactly.
How they get her back, and then
she failed.
Yeah.
So she doesn't seem that good, is all I'm saying. But everybody's really hyping her up to be this badass.
Well, maybe because we know for a fact she's gonna appear in the show.
Oh yeah.
Maybe she'll prove herself in, like, near the season finale.
Like, I've seen that she can be mean, but like, I want to see why she's regarded as such a badass. Maybe she was just like one of those people that was at the right place at the right time, did the right mission, and like rose through the ranks.
Yeah, that'd be
like she's just a sham, Fennec Sham.
You're an idiot. I'm gonna forget you said that. But yeah, nah. Honestly, other than the Rancor being the very interesting part in Bib Fortuna's appearance, there's, I don't know, there wasn't really much in this episode either.
I was trying to think back about the conversation we had about filler episodes and good episodes. And
honestly, this one was kind of in the middle.
Again, think about it though. Where did they start?
And where did they leave?
And no, time out. I'm trying to think, where did they start? They were on the ship giving her the comm. And then how the hell did they end up looking for Sid?
Hunter just quickly mentioned her, knew what planet she was on, went to the planet, and then Sid hired them to do a job. They leave and then go on to another planet to rescue. Wait, is it the same planet?
I'm not sure, because they had to use the ship, but it could just be a different part.
Yeah, it could definitely be a different part of the planet.
Yeah, it's probably a different part. It's probably just a different part. I don't know.
I don't know. This episode was kind of in the middle, though.
But, so yeah, they go to the planet to see Sid. They do some stuff on there. They get the information they need. They get a job opportunity, and then they leave.
Yeah.
So it doesn't further the overall Omega story, but it does do some character building. We see her acclimate more. We see them now have an option and a friend.
Yeah.
But like you said, aside from them Jabba references, which were pretty dope, I guess the only other stuff is all the cool helmets and random things that Sid had in her.
Yeah, there was a mention of a prototype Mandalorian helmet, then Jango's blasters.
I don't know if that was a poster or a picture of Jango's blasters, or if it was really them, or maybe it was just the same type of blasters.
Yeah,
how do we know it was his? Because he's dead now, right?
Yeah, no, he died in Attack of the Clones. So
okay.
Yeah, we don't know for sure if they are his blasters, but they are the same.
Jango's the one that got the clones are him, right?
Yeah, the clones are him.
Okay. Sorry.
But other than that, that was the end of the Bad Batch.
Now
episode 5. So now we got a movie to talk about.
We can talk about Cruella.
Yeah, that was. I'm just gonna say it right now. That was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be good, but I didn't think it was going to be as good.
Honestly, I didn't have expectations coming into it.
I didn't have expectations, but actually, I don't even know how I'm going to word this at all, because I've seen the 101 Dalmatians movie however many times, and I've said it before, I've just seen these Disney classics so many times to where I don't really care to watch them anymore. But yeah, there's newer projects coming out, and I'm I'll check that out.
Honestly, it depends. When they keep rebooting all these animated movies to live action, I'm not really with it. I'm just going to be honest, I don't know how good the movies are, but I've never watched the live-action Jungle Book or The Lion King.
The Lion King was pretty nostalgic.
Right. It's nostalgic, and it's got Donald Glover and James Earl Jones and other people in it that could sing. But, you made a realistic-looking movie with fake animals.
Yeah. That was one thing that I didn't get. They spent all this money on CGI for the animals, but they could have,
make it animated.
Yeah.
But then again,
everything. The only thing that wasn't CGI was literally the landscape.
Right. All the animals CGI, so it's why? I
don't know.
A live action movie about not live action things?
They could have gone with a different animation style.
Honestly, I guess I get why they went live action, because you're right. They didn't tell any more story to the Lion King franchise, so if they're going to retell the story, they have to do it in a different way. And
a live action Simba Cup, adorable.
I don't know, man. Why though? Same thing with the Jungle Book. It's just too many animals.
I didn't see that.
Like Mowgli and maybe a couple other humans. Why?
I didn't see that. So, and I don't remember seeing much of the Jungle Book when I was younger either.
If you think about it, the way Marvel's getting so cosmic, imagine in like a year or two when we're sitting here talking about some Marvel movie that's like mostly CGI, got a couple real people in it.
Yeah.
Like the Hulk and Korg and me.
No, that's the thing though. When they're like CGI characters, it's mostly motion capture.
Right.
Like it's not all like, oh, they gotta make this thing do that. Like,
plus it is humans in there.
Yeah.
It's like 25-50% human.
But
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, off topic, but I want to say this because someone at work was talking about it. People at work like wrestling, and so they were talking about Batista, and Dave Batista said that he didn't want to keep playing Drax shirtless anymore. He said that after this third Guardians of the Galaxy movie, like, he's just too old. He doesn't want to have to keep his body in that shape. He doesn't want to be shirtless anymore with all that makeup and crap on him. So, do you think they're going to kill off Drax in Guardians 3? Or are they going to write him out after that? Or are they going to give him a shirt?
I mean, they might, because we've seen a comic appearance with Drax in with Guardian outfits.
That's what I was thinking. Are we going to see them get a new uniform then?
Possibly. But I mean, they're going to kill someone off. Like, if Guardians 3 is going to be the last solo Guardians movie, someone.
But no, you mean someone from the main? Okay, then.
Like, I could honestly see...
Low-key, I kind of want it to be Drax.
Like, yeah.
Peter Quill, no. We just got Gamora back. Why would they kill her off? They're going to do something with that.
Yeah, no, they will.
Like, Groot just grew back from a tree.
And then my boy Rocket.
Rocket's too cool to...
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. They could hit you with some Guardians 1 ending type shit where it is a little emotional. Like that scene where they all come together when Peter Quill's holding the Power Stone in his hand.
We are Groot.
Yeah. Groot sacrifices himself.
Right. But it was okay because, I knew Groot was coming back. He was a plant. I knew he was not going to die.
Look, come on, you can't kill off Vin Diesel so easily. Look at the Fast and Furious franchise. They haven't killed that off yet. That shit should have died fucking 10 years ago.
There's another movie coming out.
Yeah.
Like the 9 or something they've got. They're almost as many.
Then they have a spin-off with Jason Statham and The Rock.
No. Okay.
Yeah, and Idris Elba. Idris Elba plays
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Dude, they're gonna
That movie actually doesn't look bad, though. I've seen previews for it.
They've almost caught up to Star Wars in film count.
Yeah. Which is crazy. Literally, what I've been saying, they should have killed off the franchise after Paul Walker died. Because Paul Walker's character is one of the main characters of that franchise.
I kind of stopped watching it after, 3 movies, so...
It was kind of hard.
Know.
It was kind of hard for me to stop watching because these movies came out at a time where I wasn't able to do what I want, and
I was just too young to really care about cars and racing and all that when they were coming out.
And I wasn't able to have a TV up in my room at the time, so every time a new Fast and Furious movie would come out, my mom would get a bootleg disc,
right?
And Al would watch it,
and it would never be good. You'd be like people in the theater or something.
Yeah,
crappy audio, but whatever. At least it was a movie.
Yeah, it was a movie that they spent probably a lot more money on the special effects than they did the costumes.
Right. But if you really think one of the Guardians needs to die, what is there, 5 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be Groot, Gamora, or Star-Lord. I'm sorry, I like too much.
Dave Batista, like you said, Dave Batista is getting old. He doesn't want to stay in shape, and someone like Drax, I feel like you are gonna have to stay in shape. They can't go down the Fat Thor route.
Right, but I think it would be a lot easier to let him go because he's Batista. I doubt, like, he's been being a wrestler and doing this for so long. I don't think he's gonna, like, turn into me or anything, but he just doesn't want to have to be as bulky as he is or have to worry about his appearance as much. So I think they could just slap a shirt on him and do a little bit of CGI muscle stuff and he'd be fine.
Yeah. Honestly,
if you think one of them has to die, then I'd just rather it be Drax.
If someone, let's be honest, someone has to die.
He's just not my favorite. I'm sorry, but he's cool.
No, like, his character design is cool, but his personality, he's cool with Mantis, but, like, I don't know. There's only one of Rocket. I don't want him to die. He's cool. Honestly, I don't see them killing off Mantis either, because, like, it wouldn't be an emotional death.
Right, yeah, we're not really that invested in her.
Like, we have seen her, like, do some, like, background shit in Endgame, where, like, I think there was, like a background scene of her, like, kicking.
Well, she was also in Infinity War when she dropped on his head and made Thanos.
No, yeah, honestly, that was a key part of that movie.
Right.
Yeah, so I forgot about that.
She did do a couple things, but I forgot about her, actually. I feel bad. I'm sorry, Mantis.
But other than that, yeah, no, her death would not be an emotional death, so there's no way they would kill her off.
Right.
I mean, they could kill her off and just have it like, oh, yeah, no, Mantis, she's dead. Like, whether you cried or not, it's fine. We don't care. But,
see, that's why I don't think they would do it, though, because...
Like,
wouldn't you want it to make an impact?
Like, come on, do we gotta mention Tony and Steve again?
Right, like, those were there for a reason. Like, why would you just kill off someone for no reason?
Like, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people cried at the ending of Infinity War, but no one really
Again,
died.
That was like 10, 11 years of stuff ending.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting choked up just thinking about it.
And like, no one really died either.
Right. Well... I mean, Tony's dead. He's dead.
But not at the end of Infinity War.
Right. Well, Endgame, though.
Yeah, Endgame, yeah. People died.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
And I say Steve, like, he's dead. We don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Steve's not dead. If Steve was dead, they would have said the word dead. They keep saying gone. He's up in that space station with Nick Fury, waiting to do some old man Cap shit.
Oh, yeah, and you know... Honestly, people are just upset because we might not see Chris Evans for a long time.
I don't really care about that, honestly, because he did what he needed to do in the universe, and I'm kind of really looking forward to see Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Oh, yeah. Sam Wilson at the ending of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Dope suit, and this will definitely be an impact. This is now the third he was already a black superhero to begin with, but like in stated in the show, he's the first black Captain America. Right. So that'll definitely be an impact.
Technically, it should have been Isaiah Bradley, but you know.
But what you were saying about reboots, the thing that I like about Cruella is that it's not a reboot, but it's a telling of her origin.
I don't remember what I was saying about reboots.
You were saying about how, like, you didn't like the idea of the Jungle Book.
Oh yeah. You're right. Wow, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was an origin story.
Yeah,
they didn't reboot anything. It was before the 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah. But we forgot to state, spoiler alerts for both Bad Batch and this.
I mean, we totally forgot that, so also maybe we'll throw that in, spoiler alert, I don't know.
But also, Cruella is the first original Disney IP to break the G rating cycle over the last 60 years with a PG-13 rating.
Oh, so Cruella's rated PG-13.
Yes.
And it's the first, like, everything else that Disney has ever made is only PG.
Yeah, and I'm not counting Marvel and I'm not counting Star Wars because those aren't original Disney.
So, like, original things that came from Walt Disney Studios.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, the first movie. So
that's like.
But honestly,
that's weird. I don't know.
This honestly was kind of a darker toned movie than what we're used to from Disney.
You're right, but. What was in there that was so bad? Like dog murder and drinking?
Why if I could speak, when I was looking up why Cruella got the PG-13 rating, it did say something about animal harm to and from.
I mean, okay, wow. So, animal harm because
and
they
implications
killed...
of animal harm,
right? So,
like when
her making the coat.
Yeah, her making the coat. The Baroness automatically thought she killed my dogs.
Wow. Okay. Or the dogs pushing her mom.
Yeah.
Or when the guy threw wink.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. They're CGI animals. Come on.
Yeah, like the scenes that involve like harm, they were CGI,
right?
Without a doubt.
But whatever.
But yeah.
So like, all right, let's dive into this a little bit chronologically because I've got some stuff.
Yeah, we both got some stuff. Our notes are literally
like 4 times as long as Bad Batch notes.
Yeah, and this will be the first movie that we talk about. So.
We don't know what to expect, guys. We don't know what's going to come out of our mouths.
We could be here 30 minutes. We could be here
30 hours.
30 hours. Yeah. Fuck it.
But okay, so I want to start off by saying Cruella was always born with the black and white hair.
Yeah, that honestly looked very weird. I thought that was like a choice thing.
And again, watching it the second time, when the baby was born, I looked at the hair. Literally, as soon as she was born, red and black hair. She was born with hair.
Yeah.
And it was red and black.
Was it red and black or black and white?
I'm so stupid. It was black and white.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
it was black
that's
and white.
Why she dyes her hair, too.
Yes, I'm sorry. No, it was black and white.
I'd say. And, yeah, and that's the thing, though. They always... obviously, you can't film someone giving birth. Like, actually, like, someone that's pregnant.
Right.
So, like, obviously they have to use a baby that's already been born. But, like, they could have done some shit where, like, the hair wasn't as long. Like, basically looking like a baby with a buzz cut.
Right, but at the same time, it did look believable. I could see a baby being born with that much hair.
Yeah, no.
The black and white thing is what just jars me. Like, I thought that was a fashion choice.
Yeah, really. Like, that's... Even in the animated movies, that's her thing.
Right. And then her real name is Estella?
Yeah, her real name is actually some long shit. Let me pull that up for you real quick.
I don't know her full name.
I looked it up.
But, like, I thought her name was Cruella de Vil. And no, her real name's Estella.
Oh, okay. So her real name is Estella von Hellman. But her full name is Cruella de Vil. Oh, okay. It's literally just Cruella de Vil, Estella von Hellman.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's just the 2 different alter egos.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, right there. I didn't know she had alter egos. Like, I always thought she was Cruella de Vil.
But that actually made me think, like, we're skipping a little bit. It's not too much. But, so, when she's with her mom and, like, she's going off to school or whatever... She mentions to Estella, like, hey, if Cruella tries to get the best of you, just say goodbye to her. That makes me think, does she have some sort of form of multiple personality disorder?
I knew you were going to bring that up, and I thought about it, and I think no. And here's why. Okay, so, yes, we see... 2 things. We see Estella and we see Cruella throughout the movie. However, it kind of, like, even from a young age, when we see Cruella rip apart that little dress that her mom made and made her own fashion thing, it seems like she was actually always Cruella.
Yeah.
Like, if her mom didn't say, oh, stop that, you're Estella, not Cruella, she would have never got that implication, and she probably would have still just been named Estella, but she still would have just acted like Cruella does in the movie.
Yeah.
So I think once her mom did that, then yeah, she kind of used that as a child would to be like, okay, this is what I'm going to blame all my bad stuff on. It's Cruella. It's not me. It's my evil twin, like.
Yeah.
So I don't believe she actually has any mental disorders to where she's got 2 personalities. I think she's just Cruella. She's just Cruella de Vil. Because even after, like, at the end of the movie, Estella died, And it's not like she just pulls out Estella when she needs to be all, like, nice and submissive, and then pulls out Cruella when she needs to be a badass. She's only playing the two different characters because she needs to for this scheme.
Yeah. Okay. Because, like, because when I rewatched it, that made me think, like, yeah, no, you make sure you say goodbye to Cruella for the day or something, so...
Yeah, no, I don't know, but I just personally think no. I don't think she does. But I'm not a doctor, so
yeah. But you know, she's at school or whatever. She meets someone that she's apparently always met during school.
Anita, darling.
She meets Anita, which I'm just gonna say this right now. If you didn't make the connection that this was Anita from the 101 Dalmatians movie, based on the post-credit scene, yeah, no, that's the Anita from
Okay, I was gonna say, when she was first introduced as a little girl, and low-key, kind of even a little bit when she was an adult, it really didn't sink in until the post-credit scene.
Yeah, I was looking it up because I was really hoping there were 101 Dalmatian connections.
Of course. And, I mean, I saw that throughout the movie.
And I asked, like, what is the name of the husband and wife?
Anita and Roger.
Yeah, Anita and Roger. And I'm like, Anita? That's that black girl.
Speaking of that black girl, that actress that plays Anita... I am blanking on her name right now, and that really kind of makes me upset because I know it. But anyway, she is the same actress that played in a show that I watch on Netflix called The Good Place. So, like, I recognized her from that, and I don't know, that was just weird. Oh, yeah, okay, so Kimberly Howell-Baptiste. She is the woman that plays Anita.
Yeah.
And it was kind of weird because, like, I saw her and I just kept seeing the other character and I was like, where do I know her from? And then, like you said, I was doing research after, and I happened to find names that were the same.
So later in the movie, Anita is a photographer for a news company. Was she always that in the original movie?
No.
Or was she just like the housewife that just took care of a bunch of dogs?
I'm honestly not 100% sure. I cannot remember what she was. Because, I mean, I know there was another live action movie of 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
That came out in the 90s, I think. And in that movie, she worked at Cruella's label. It was basically, like, that movie was basically Cruella was the Baroness and she was Cruella.
Gotcha. I just realized, what if they pull some plot points from that movie for a potential sequel for this?
Well,
movie?
there is 102 Dalmatians as well.
Yeah.
Where Cruella does come back from... In the animated one, she comes back from prison and she's, like, not crazy about Dalmatians anymore and furs and stuff. She finds, like, art and she sees, like, a white canvas with black spots.
Oh, yeah. I remember that movie.
Again, tries to kidnap Dalmatians and make art.
Because, like, if I remember correctly, I remember seeing 102 Dalmatians more than 101. But isn't that the movie where there was, like, a Hollywood star dog?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I remember that, and then, like, he has a little sidekick dog as well that, like, betrays him or something. I don't remember.
Which, again, sidekick dogs, like Wink and Buddy.
Yeah, Wink and Buddy, yeah.
But, again, in the movie, okay, so... Another thing I noticed on my rewatch of the movie, when they... What notes do you have chronologically? Because I'm ready to talk about after her mom's death.
In my notes, I mentioned that she meets her dog, then...
Okay.
When Cruella gets expelled from school, she and her mom are on her way to London to meet her friend to ask for a favor.
Right.
And then other than that, yeah.
Okay, so
you can talk about what you want to talk about. So
when they get to London, I noticed on that car drive to London, they were talking, and her mom said, "We're going to have tea at the fountain."
Yeah.
I never caught that the first time, and then...
Oh, yeah, no, I caught that the second time, and then...
And you notice every time she goes to that fountain to talk to her mother.
So even though she wasn't able to physically have that cup of tea, she still has that cup of tea with her.
Right. I thought that was so cool because I kept wondering why the fountain.
I even wrote that down as well when she was actually when it was actually that scene.
Oh, okay. But I noticed that early on. I was like, whoa.
But basically, Cruella's mother's friend happens to be the Baroness that we later meet in the movie, and
sorry.
And first she meets with the butler. That I'm not going to say too much.
Well, the butler kind of comes to her. Or are you talking about Cruella?
I'm talking about the mom.
Yeah, well, the butler kind of comes to her.
Well, the butler kind of comes to her, but she has to talk to the butler before she talks to the Baroness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't.
But
I don't know. Should I just say it? Or? No. Okay.
Another thing I noticed on my rewatch again. I get it now. Before she got out of the car to go see her friend, the Baroness, she took off the necklace and gave it to Cruella.
Yeah.
And that, at first glance, seems like, oh, yeah, here you go, you can have it. Now I get why she took it off, so that the Baroness wouldn't see that she stole her necklace.
But was it really stolen, or did that butler give it to her?
I think the butler gave it to her, but that would still mean that the butler stole it from the Baroness.
Yeah.
Even though technically, I guess it would be the Baron.
It is rightfully...
Right. No matter which way you look at it, which we'll get into later, the necklace is rightfully Cruella's.
Yes.
But... yeah, when she dropped it when the dogs attacked her mother and the Baroness found it, she just assumed that that woman dropped it.
Yeah.
Which would finish the story that she stole it.
Yeah, it would.
I kind of feel really dumb because, I wonder how many movies I should watch twice in a 24-hour span to see how much, I picked up on a lot of extra details the second time around.
I know I picked up on a lot more details, but I don't feel like I picked up on as much.
Well, to be fair, you didn't take notes the first time, though.
No, I didn't take notes the first time, no, because we were also eating, and then I'm like, well, we're already 30 minutes in. Why start taking notes 30 minutes in the movie?
Because, see, again, though, I take notes whenever possible, because then, no matter what time it is, if you're taking notes for that time, you don't have to, and then when you go back to rewatch it, it's a rewatch.
Yeah.
You get a refresher. But, yeah, that was interesting, that her mom gave her that necklace.
But,
and it explains why she hates Dalmatians in the 101 Dalmatians, because they kind of murdered her mother.
Yeah, which, before we actually start talking about that, Cruella gets all nosy and gets out of the car and explores and whatnot. And that very same butler, when he spots her and takes the hat off, you gotta keep that hat on, no one wants you. You can't be standing out because he's like, oh, I recognize you just from the hair.
Another thing I would not have got unless the rewatch.
Yeah, his
reaction to her hair. It's like, oh my god, he knows.
Yeah. So there's that. And then the Dalmatians start chasing after Cruella, but then there's a scene where she's outside going to, when she calls her mom, she falls down the hill, and you think if the dogs are after her, she fell down the hill and there's nowhere else for her to go, so the dogs would be able to get her, but no, they just straight up
jumped over the hedge. It wasn't a hill, it was like a hedge or something.
No, they jumped over a hedge, but there was a little hill that she rolled down.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But yeah, no, they jump over Cruella entirely, and they knock her mom over the edge of the cliff.
And on my rewatch, I get why they did that.
Yeah.
When Cruella, should I say? Fuck it. When Cruella fell over.
Yeah.
And it spun to that upside down shot. you can actually see the Baroness blowing a whistle and pointing to the woman, calling the dogs to attack her.
Yeah, and we later then see that when Cruella makes a connection to when the Baroness blows the dog whistle for the Dalmatians to go after Buddy.
Right.
Later in the movie. And honestly, just that alone seems a little fourth wall break, because, like, oh my God, connection!
Right. And then we see her become an orphan.
Yep.
And I didn't know she knew her henchmen that long.
Yeah, I thought they were just like
thugs she hired or something.
Yeah, she meets Jasper and Horace at a very young age.
Like 12.
And
13 maybe.
And Horace in this movie has a dog named Wink, he's just the most adorable little thing ever.
Okay. Question about Wink. Okay, so I want to talk about age for a minute.
Yeah.
I know that it's 1964 when Cruella gets expelled.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say she's 12. And I know later she says that Liberty is the pinnacle of fashion in the 70s.
Yeah, and then...
So assuming that's 10 years... And then we see from the publications when she starts messing with the Baroness, it's actually 77. So that means Cruella's 25.
Yeah, but...
Here's my question, though. How old is Wink, then?
How old is Wink, and what is the lifespan of a Chihuahua?
Right. Like, if she was 12 and she's 25, that means that's another 13 years... And Wink already had his little eye patch when we saw him get introduced as a kid. So I'm going to assume he's at least a year old if he had to do something to lose an eye.
Hey, man, that's possible.
So, like, that means at least he's 14.
Oh, okay.
I'm hearing buzzing, yeah.
So Chihuahuas have a lifespan of 12 to 20 years.
Wow, okay then. So, yeah, if he's at least 14, he could still be doing it.
We don't know what breed of Chihuahua he is, because there are different breeds. Like, my dog, he's the toy breed of Chihuahua.
And then I have a Chihuahua and Greyhound mix, so a little different.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, that does check out for him still being alive.
And then about Buddy, I don't know what kind of dog he is, but I know he had to be very young in the beginning because he had short fur, and then later we see that it grows.
Puppy. He was a puppy when she found him in the dumpster.
So I'm going to say 6 months, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, maybe. And then again 13 years. So okay, all right.
Which I was actually looking up some stuff about her dog, and the only other time that we see Cruella with a dog, I'm pretty sure, is in the 101 live action adaptation that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's the same breed of dog, but in that movie, her dog's name is Fluffy, and not Buddy.
Oh, okay. So I wonder if it's her replacement dog because she's older. You know, maybe that's Buddy's puppy.
Yeah, that could make a lot of sense.
Hey, we're making connections now, guys. Sarcasm is just one of my many talents. There's more.
Jesus. But, yeah, that'd be interesting if they. There's so many plot points that they could take from.
Right.
Like, there's the 2 animated films. There's the live-action adaptation from the 90s.
There's a show, too. There's an animated show.
Yeah, there's an animated show, yeah. My nephew would watch that.
I didn't know that. But, yeah, that made me... I'm glad that all that dog age stuff checks out, because I was just seeing all the dogs run around in the movie, and I'm like, wow, if they've been with these kids for like 13 years, there's some old dogs to be just running around doing what they're doing.
Yeah. But hey.
I guess that makes sense. My dog's like 12 now, and he still don't really seem, other than his teeth.
Yeah.
So, okay. It gives me a nice sense of like accomplishment and satisfaction when we wonder like, is that wrong? And then we double check it, and it's like, okay, that does check out.
Yeah, like my favorite thing was with the Mauser.
I was just gonna say that. Yep.
Like with the credits basically being doubled to US dollars.
It was perfect.
Yeah, like the Mauser costs like $1,000 to $1,500 US dollars, while the DL-44 is $750.
Like, it's just credits. Puzzle piece fit perfect. Oh man, it was great.
Yeah. So, you know, like I said, Cruella meets Jasper and Horace and even Wink.
And then how the hell did she get that hair dye that fast?
How did she get hair dye so quickly? Like, did they already have it up there? And something that I noticed, when it did the time jump to 10 years, when we were watching it on the premiere night, right. My mom mentioned that they got electricity up in there.
Yes.
I noticed they had a light on in the background when they were just kids.
They did?
Yeah, on the wall by the window.
Okay.
So, like, how did they get any form of electricity to begin
Okay,
with?
Wow. All right. I'm actually really glad you said that, because I was going to bring that up, too. I did not notice they had a light on before.
You're like, because I noticed that and I'm like, wait, what? I didn't think they had electricity, and then I see it, and that looks like that's on.
Okay, so then maybe it was an old building that they just never shut the electricity off of, but it was abandoned.
But as adults, there was definitely some shit that had to have happened to where, like, hey, can we, like, get the electricity turned on? Like,
honestly, Horace and Jasper are pretty smart. They even have a
working elevator now.
Right, right.
From the time jump, like...
Horace and Jasper are pretty smart, so maybe they just, like, smooched off of someone else's electricity, found a way to hook it up. They're all thieves, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But you're right, like, they definitely made major house upgrades.
Yeah, they have like a TV, a refrigerator, and a working elevator.
Multiple lights.
Yeah, more than just one light.
Bitch has a sewing machine, a fashion studio, like...
Yeah. And then another thing, too, until Artie, later in the film, mentions that he's going to go downstairs to work, I didn't know they had another floor.
I didn't either.
Like... We
never see him on that floor, I don't believe.
Like, there's, like, a shot of, like, him working downstairs through, like, the broken floorboard on the top
I like that, because it shows that they didn't, like, fully fix it.
Yeah. But other than that we don't see much.
Speaking of broken floorboards, when you see a shot of the broken floorboards, you see where the TV and the couch are. That couch is way too close to that floor hole for me.
Yeah.
Especially where Horace said that's where he sleeps.
Yeah,
dude,
you could fall off and then...
Your fat ass is way too close to that hole. Like, I feel like that's why there's a hole. And that's why he moved it. And that's why he only moved it there. I don't know. It's... Nah, not with it. Nope. And I'd be scared of, like, Wink jumping or falling down the hole.
Yeah, I'd be scared too.
But
honestly,
but actually, like, Wink and Buddy are pretty smart, so
yeah.
I don't think
even the Dalmatians later in the movie, that, like, obviously it's not going to show us them falling. But you know, she dyes her hair red. We learn, and then she says it's been roughly 10 years.
Okay, something your mom said about, like, the wig later.
Yeah.
I do think, because on my rewatch, sure it was red hair dye. It was.
Yeah.
So she originally dyed her hair red. Somewhere along the years, she got that wig.
Honestly, yeah, no, she had to have made the hair because I'm pretty sure it was a pain to dye.
Right.
And then not only that...
She probably grew it out, dyed it, shaved it, made her own wig, and then just wore that till her hair grew back, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's...
Which, you know, it's just kind of weird how, like, yeah, I got a wig on the side, you know?
I mean,
it's not weird because, like, let's think about the actress who plays her. Emma Stone. Emma Stone. I feel like her hair was naturally red, but then they put the wig on, the black and white wig.
Wasn't it naturally blonde? I don't know what her natural hair is, but yeah, it's not black and white.
No.
So she was wearing a wig.
Yeah. So either way, a wig was involved, whether we're talking about plot-wise or
costume-wise.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, costume-wise, like, this movie's gotta win some costume awards. Like they have like 40 different costume changes.
I'm not big into fashion because I just don't really care. But
me neither.
I honestly loved a lot of Cruella's outfits.
Yeah, because it was cool to see them, especially how she was showing them off, like saying basically "fuck you" to the Baroness. I like that. But like that's just a lot for the costume designers and the set people. Like even Horace and Jasper, she said that she made her own costumes. They all, for the schemes that they did, I think they each had like 30 costume changes.
Yeah, you could see that just being like a whole Halloween shop.
Plus the Baroness, too. 30. So that's like 3, 6, 9, 12. That's like at least 120 different costumes for them alone.
Yeah. But
not including Artie's couple of stuff he's got going on.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna say right now, I'll be very disappointed. The budget that was put in this film, and honestly, I liked it enough to hopefully see a sequel.
We better get a sequel.
Like I feel like we have someone like Mama and Aunt Holly that say they like this movie.
I don't know how budgeting was, but it wasn't a bad movie. Like the CGI to normal dog ratio was pretty perfect for me.
And I'm surprised by that with Mama and Aunt Holly liking this movie because when I told Mama that Christopher Robin, the live action Christopher Robin was on Netflix, she said she watched it, but she didn't care for it. And I'm like, that's weird because like she's a big Winnie the Pooh fan.
Right, but honestly, I've never watched Christopher Robin, but Mom was watching it, and I was up there, and I caught a couple minutes of it, and it's just weird. Like, he's an adult.
Yeah, that was
That's not...
I liked it for what it was. It felt nostalgic hearing Jim Cummings as Pooh and Tigger.
Pooh sounded weird to me, and he looked even weirder. I don't know.
But I liked the whole aspect of it. Oh, these are actually stuffed animals.
Yeah, because they were, so...
But other than that...
you might want to move your phone. I'm hearing some shit. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Other than that, what?
Other than that, let's get back to the movie where we are chronologically instead of just skipping over some stuff.
Her boss at Liberty is an asshole.
I feel like a lot of it is the sexism that took place during the 70s as well.
I was thinking about that. Like, yeah. You gotta think about the time period the movie was in.
Like, it took place late 70s, and there was definitely sexism still.
With that being said, talking about the place the movie was in, I am a little mad that they didn't include Cruella's signature smoking.
Yeah.
Her, like, that little candlestick thing she would hold with the cigarette. But I get it because it's Disney and they don't want to promote, like, smoking.
They don't want to promote smoking, sure, but...
You had drinking.
Yeah, she definitely did.
Like, you had her holding the bottle, singing a song. Like, she was even singing a song. Like, you're not telling me the kids didn't see that one.
But it also it's probably something where, like, it's going to be a habit that she gets into later. Because I personally don't think that she was always a smoker. Like, it definitely had to have been something she had to get into.
Right, okay. Like, maybe in the second movie we'll see the smoking start or something.
Yeah. And then maybe if they do get a second, honestly, it would just be cool to see her start off in the iconic uniform that we see Cruella in the animated movies.
Yeah, we never got to see any white fur coat.
We saw something similar.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't that outfit, though.
You're gonna have to hold that over here. I'm hearing, like... But, yeah. But I don't know. The only reason I bring the smoking thing up is because it was the 70s.
Yeah.
And it was a fashion movie, so it's like, it kind of makes sense that smoking would be in there then, because if they make a sequel, the sequel has to take place after this, so... Is it gonna be immediately after? Like, is it going to be in the 80s?
It honestly could be in the 80s. Think about it. The way that the movie ends, like, yeah, it ends with, honestly, they could do a time jump because we could then see the puppies that were given like fully grown.
Right.
We could see the
which would
manor,
only take about a year.
We could see the manor decorations change. And yeah,
maybe even Cruella and Jasper and Horace will split ways or something.
Maybe.
I wanna like hope not.
Yeah, I hope not either, because I want to see more Wink. I want to see more Wink, dude.
I'm sorry, but yeah, no. Even if it is a time jump, assuming they're 14 or 15, the dogs could live to be 17. So yeah, we could still see Wink in the next one.
Yeah. And then
I definitely want to see him grayed out a little bit, though.
Yeah, show some age.
Yeah.
Like he got bigger, yeah, but not that bigger.
Right. Maybe fatter, maybe a little fatter, because he's been living a good life now.
Yeah. Like, they're living in a fucking mansion. Like,
speaking of living the good life, when she had that piece of banana stuck to her cheek.
Yeah, when when her boss points that out, she's like...
she just slid it.
That was in the garbage there. Hello.
She did not care. She did not care at all. Damn, right in the mic, dude?
Yeah, dude. Gorgeous stuff. No, she did not care. No, that's cool.
My bad. Not you who fell. Yeah, she didn't care, and it was funny, but I would never have done that. Nope. Gross, garbage banana, no.
But all right, so you mentioned like when she was drinking and singing or whatever, basically she had to clean her boss's office, and then she got a little drunk, a little tipsy. Then she saw the window
display.
Yeah, window display
of Liberty or whatever.
And she made that look good.
Did she though?
I mean, good enough for the Baroness to catch an eye.
It was weird to me because I couldn't get past the whole design, because didn't she use like newspaper?
Yeah, she definitely did use newspaper to expand the dress, and then she had like writing on the window, like, should be fun, I'm pretty sure it said. But although it, like, regular civilians might not think, oh, that doesn't look good at all, it caught the Baroness's eye, and that got her a job at the Baroness's establishment. So
you're right, but it was just I didn't like it because of the newspaper, and it was a ruffly dress, but I guess I can see how it looked better than the old display.
Yeah.
Minus the writing. The writing looked weird to me. Like, it looked more Harley Quinn than...
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It definitely had some, like, Harley Quinn vibes written in red lipstick.
Especially during that, like, montage later when she upstages the Baroness.
Honestly,
and,
like Luke mentioned, like, her white skin, like, her white makeup on her, like, that did, like, that kind of, like, since he said something like, yeah, a little bit Harley Quinn like.
Yeah. It just, especially during that montage when she had that thing on the side of the building, and it was like Cruella with like a crown, like, that was just like straight Suicide Squad for me.
And then, like, the future written on her eyes.
That was really cool, and now I'm just waiting to see on social media, people are going to be redoing that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for all the crap.
I could see a lot of people cosplaying as a lot of her outfits.
Right. There's so many.
Yeah, like you said, the costumes that the crew had to, like, put together for this movie. Like,
insane.
Yeah.
Speaking of things for the movie, the soundtrack for the movie.
Yeah, it was a pretty good sound. Like, there's a lot of recognizable songs in there.
I didn't notice all of them, but, like, I heard, like, Sounds of the Season, These Boots Are Made for Walking, I'm Feeling Good, At the Car Wash, One Way or Another, Should I Stay or Should I Go, Come Together. Like, There were some bangers.
And it's funny too because these are actually songs that we kind of grew up listening to, whether it was on the oldies station, or like when our mothers or grandmother would even play music on her radio. A lot of these songs would come on, so we were quite familiar with a good portion of these songs.
Oh yeah. Okay, next, the Baroness, kind of a badass. Also, like, that's a littering fee.
Oh, yeah.
She just tossed it right out the window.
Yeah. Estella makes her lunch. They get in a car. I forget where they go. And she just, dips her lunch.
Whole box. Also, first of all, her lunch order, can I have, stuff sliced in this particular size, and I want this many leaves, and I want them shredded, not ripped or whatever? No.
Honestly?
No.
To me, the Baroness is kind of an egotistic bitch.
Yes, 100%.
An egotistical bitch.
100%. She's a narcissist.
Yeah, she's just... Yeah, no, if you're better than me, you're getting tackled.
Right. Or murdered. Even if you're my blood. I mean, what? No.
What? No, come on.
But yeah, so turns out we didn't know this during the first watch of the movie, so that's why it's a little back in my notes.
Yeah.
Because I noticed it later in the movie during the second watch. The Baroness is who her mom talked to for money at the beginning, is the one who killed her mother.
Yeah.
She finally learns that she's not responsible for her mother's death, but the Baroness is responsible for her mother's death. And we really get to see the real Cruella come out now.
Oh yeah, it's the Baroness is hosting a black and white ball, and just Cruella's first actual adult appearance. Not saying this is for older people. I'm saying as an adult.
Yeah, as her being older.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't mind an adult appearance either.
Yeah.
But, yeah, as her being older.
But she shows up to the ball with this white cloak looking thing or whatever.
What was that?
Yeah, what was the...
She pulled some
material.
Hunger Games shit.
She spills a bunch of alcohol around her feet, and then she asks for a light.
I was so mad, because when she asked for the light, I was like, are we going to see it? Are we going to see it? Nope.
And then she just drops it to the ground, and her cloak outfit just combusts into flame. And we see her with her black and white hair. We see her wearing actually the
one of the Baroness's
summer of
gowns.
1965's collection.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap! How did you remember that? Nice.
It was 10-15 minutes in or after, because it was in the window display at Artie's shop.
But she said she fixed it.
Yeah, she fixed it. Yeah. The Baroness is I love it, and I'm like, she's
no wonder I love it. It's mine.
No wonder. Yeah, really.
Bitch.
Yeah. And then she's Baroness orders her bodyguards to get her, and she's just whacking them with a cane. Doesn't even look like she's whacking them hard either.
Okay, this scene was a little weird, not gonna lie.
I feel
how did she just know how to fight like that, and how did they not get her sooner?
I don't know. And then she played the line oh, I'm doing this in heels, by the way. Okay. So there was some awkwardness.
I've seen people dance in heels.
No, I've seen people dance in heels as well, but the fact that she pointed out, yeah, I'm in heels, by the way.
I know. Yeah, that was stupid.
And then I don't know. It was just a cool first appearance. A little awkward, but and I just realized we're forgetting an entire why is Cruella at the ball? Well,
you know what's funny? I was gonna get to that next. Actually, that's okay. We didn't really skip much.
Okay.
They're planning a scheme because after she found her mother. After she found out the Baroness killed her mother, she wanted her necklace back.
Yeah, she saw the Baroness wearing the necklace that was given to her as a kid, and she, came up with a heist to steal it.
Her old instincts kicked in, her and the boys.
And that's why she's at that ball. That's why she appears as Cruella in Estella.
She's actually doing this to be a distraction so that Jasper and Horace can go steal from the vault.
And they go as exterminators, and they have Wink dressed up as a rat. Like in the front, it kind of looks like a raccoon. I
think that's just because of his eye patch, though.
Yeah,
the little white he had.
But then you see the dog in this costume, and I'm like, can that be a pop? Can that be a stuffed animal? Fuck a pop.
Yes. No, don't do a pop. The way he was like, whatever you do, do not turn around.
He turns around jumps on him. Like, what are you doing? Get in here.
I want a dog as smart as Wink, though. Like, come on. He even played dead when he got sprayed. Like, come on.
I have a Chihuahua, but I want that one more.
Oh, my God.
There was a lot of funny moments in this movie.
Right. And then, so they sort of kind of get caught. Not really. Like, Estella is totally fine. She's still Cruella. She's talking to the Baroness. But Horace gets caught in the vault.
Yeah.
And how did the guards not see Wink run through their legs?
Yeah, I don't know.
The only reason I say that, okay.
I feel like their legs were close enough for them to feel, at least.
Not even that.
Like the pant legs and stuff?
Right. Well, they were kind of standing, I don't know. The angle is what messed it up for me. Because if in the first shot of that scene, when you see him start to run, it's like, okay, that's believable. He's kind of like standing as close to them as I am to you. But then when you see it from the camera view and you see him run, there's a good 2, 3, possibly 4 feet between them. So how do you not see this little rat running at you?
Yeah, I don't know. That's obviously, realistically, the actors definitely did see it.
Right.
If of course that was a real dog at the time, because there was definitely CGI used on the dogs.
I want to believe it was a little dog in a rat costume, though.
That would be amazing, honestly. And it's funny too. Fucking when we see Wink dressed up as a rat, I'm like, wow, I find that funny because I call my dog a rat all the time.
And then he goes, "You are the bravest rat I ever knew," or something like that. And that made me think of you too. Yeah. Okay. Random thought. Artie really gives me Major David Bowie vibes.
When you said that. Or not, not when you said that. I know you said that. But I was looking at the songs played throughout the movie, and there was actually a song in there performed by David Bowie.
Nice. But yeah, the way he had his face paint and just the way he looks, he just, I don't know, he was giving me David Bowie vibes.
That was definitely David Bowie vibes, yeah.
And then he just karate chops the guy.
Oh yeah, during that whole heist before he's by the vault. Oh, that's never mind. That's near the end of the movie. Never mind.
No, it's not. It's when he gets caught in the. Yeah, I'm stupid. Never mind.
That's near the end of the movie.
Never mind.
Yeah, Artie isn't involved yet. Artie isn't. He is
involved, but he's not in the heist. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Never mind. Sorry. Whoops. My bad.
My bad. We got a little.
My bad. Anyway, though. Again, on my rewatch of the movie, this conversation became more clear because the Baroness was talking to the bald John, and they were talking about her, and he was saying I believe it's a coincidence, it can't be her, or something like that. She knows this is the daughter she gave up, basically.
Yeah.
Or at least suspects it.
Yeah, there's no way.
Because of the hair, it has to be.
Honestly, at first, I didn't know what they meant. I thought maybe he meant, or that they meant, oh, it's a Stella, but actually disguised. And I'm like, how? I could see how, because same facial structure, but
right, that's what I thought too.
But then turns out that's not the case, and
yeah, man, the rewatch, I'm telling you.
The rewatch within 24 hours, though. Well, I didn't rewatch it within 24 hours, but either way, when you rewatch something, it definitely helps to notice details that you didn't before. For
sure. And then we sort of just get a montage of Cruella being Cruella. She
crashes a bunch of events, and she has like a dress that involves them dumping a garbage truck, and like some garbage bags even coming out, but like it's like a bunch of dresses sewed together.
It was all one dress. That was so cool.
Like I thought, like at first I thought they were just dumping a bunch of dresses, but then you see Cruella and I'm like, oh, okay. And then when I started driving away, I thought all those dresses were just gonna stay there.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't think they were attached to her dress at all.
Now, question, do you think those were all old dresses that the movie designers used to make that dress, or do you think they waited to film that scene until the end of the movie and they just used a bunch of the costumes from the movie in that dress?
Since you say that, what if they were actually like dresses that were shown to the Baroness that she just declined?
Oh my gosh, all of her rejected dresses.
Yeah. And like that's making a big statement. Like,
wow, now I want to, if that's true, that's gonna be awesome. You blew my mind. Like,
because like there's so like she's so particular about her style and so many dresses she rejected.
And like, then she's just like, yeah, well, I'm going to take what you think is trash
and I'm
make it fabulous.
Yeah, make a statement with it. Yeah.
Wow. Never thought of that.
Yeah, I just thought about that now, so.
Nice. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's actually very interesting if that would be the case. But, you know, they definitely could have done some, like, come back later to reshoot this.
Right.
Or not reshoot
Speaking of coming back later.
Yeah.
On my rewatch.
Oh, yeah, bro?
No, so, we sort of see Cruella hatch another plan. And then she, like, makes this dress for the Baroness. And then has Jasper and Horace break in. But they literally don't take anything. They just wake the guard up and run.
Yeah.
And I was so confused.
No, bro.
What?
What do you mean? They take something, dude. They take his nose hair and they take his bag of chips, bro.
Okay. But, okay, fine. They do that. They harass him a little bit. But they don't take anything of significance.
Yeah, no, the point of that was to make it look like they were trying to steal something.
Right, but I didn't get that the first time around.
Yeah.
It was only after I watched her plan come out.
Yeah,
I get why.
When we see Estella smirking when she's moving all the dresses to the safe, I'm like, oh, okay.
I didn't know what that meant, and then...
Yep, and then we see her steal a pen from one of the ladies next to her, and...
Yeah, she jammed the lock so it would stay closed.
Yeah.
And then, turns out, when they finally get the vault open, it wasn't like beads or anything she sewed on that dress.
Cocoons.
She took actual caterpillar chrysali, whatever, and... sewed them to a dress.
And bro, on my rewatch, I noticed that the box said imported from South America.
Nice. I didn't notice that at all.
So I'm like, wait, that makes sense. So
she sewed caterpillars in there. They grew into moths. They ate all of her collection of dresses.
She was tight.
And then, like, to add insult to injury, as soon as she opened the thing and saw all the moths fly out having eaten her dresses, like, bitch holds a punk rock show across the street.
Yeah.
With a fashion show in it as well.
Crazy stuff.
Ooh. But historically that makes sense because 70s is when grunge and punk were coming, like, that's when that would be out, so that actually really does make historical sense.
Oh yeah. And then John's comment, that's a good beat. The music, and he was like, the music. I meant the music.
Yeah. Speaking of John, we see the Baroness finally connect the dots. She gets to where the hideout is. She sees the boys. Yeah. She lights the place on fire. Tries to, with Cruella in it, tries to kill them.
Oh, and the dogs.
And barbecue the dogs. For some reason, she doesn't try to kill Jasper and Horace. She takes them to jail.
Yeah.
Which, I guess, I don't really get why. Maybe that's who she's going to pin all of this crap on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But...
Nah, honestly, you wanna know what it is?
What?
She definitely wanted to kill Cruella, but Horace and Jasper, like, they're not nobodies, but they're nobodies to her.
Right, but because they're nobodies, what's two more nobodies in the pile?
I don't know.
I think maybe that's who she was going to blame the fire on, so she didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know. But either way,
best
jailbreak ever.
I was thinking, too.
What?
Couldn't... Like you run the news articles and the news reportings on the TV were like, oh, Cruella dead in house fire or something.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't she have when she got saved by John? Couldn't she have like, oh yeah, no, I'm not actually dead, and the Baroness is the one that set this on fire? She
could, but if you think about all the power the Baroness has, like, who are you gonna believe, Cruella or the Baroness?
Honestly, I could see multiple reasons why people would choose Cruella's side over the Baroness.
I could too, but overwhelming majority would be that, like, she didn't do it. Also, she would just try to kill Cruella again. Also, she would probably pay other news places not to air stuff like that. Like,
probably.
It was smarter for Cruella to stay dead.
Yeah.
Than it would be for her to try and accuse the Baroness.
Speaking of which, I'm surprised she didn't try to bribe Anita when she went to the place that she worked. Like, when she asked, like, where is Cruella? And Anita's like, I don't know. Well,
because she knew from the way that she talked to her, like, she wasn't going to get anywhere with her, so what's the point?
Yeah. But, again, I'm surprised that, she didn't try to bribe her in any way. She is rich, so... What are you doing with my microphone?
The clips were, like, on the cords. It was bugging me. See how the clips were, like, stretching out. I'm sorry. I know, I'm sorry. You had me looking this up for too long.
But, but before all that even happens, we see Cruella. We don't see Cruella. Cruella basically wants to kidnap the Dalmatians, and that's due to the fact that one of them ends up swallowing.
I cannot believe we skipped over that.
The necklace that she was after the whole time, and then this is when. During that whole scene, that's when
the fashion
Cruella,
show.
Yeah, the black and white ball, the black and white ball. That's when that happens.
Well, yes, the black and white ball is when one of the Dalmatians swallows the necklace.
Yeah,
but the fate of the Dalmatians we see when she has that concert.
Yeah, but that's not what I was saying.
I'm sorry.
I was saying this is when she makes the connection about the Baroness blowing the dog whistle is when she makes the connection of her killing her adoptive mother.
Right, yeah, okay.
And then and she blows the dog whistle to go after Buddy, which has the necklace in his mouth.
So you're right. But she heard that, made the connection, which we didn't get the first time around until that point, but on the rewatch you can see her point.
And then after that whole event, she wants to kidnap the Dalmatians because she doesn't know which one swallowed the necklace.
It went in one end, it's got to come out the other.
Yeah. And basically, you know what happened. Well, you don't know what happens, but they kidnap the dogs to have them poop,
And then the dogs are with them for the majority of what we just said.
Yeah.
Then the house fire happens.
And then John rescues Cruella, and then John gives her the breakdown that she's been waiting. Well, not that she's been.
We find out that she is really the Baroness's daughter. The Baroness did not kill her mother. The Baroness is her mother. We find out that John says this whole story about how the Baron was with the Baroness and she got pregnant, and she did not like that at all.
She like ripped up her sheets, her pillows, her blankets.
So she only wanted to be the center of attention and didn't want to share anything. So as soon as Cruella was born, she had John kill her, except John couldn't do it, so he just passed her along to one of the workers.
Yeah, one of the maids that worked there, and that's when we...
That's Cruella's mother.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, the that necklace that she was after during that heist, the black and white heist or whatever,
right?
That's rightfully her necklace, so because of the family heirloom.
Right. So now, either way, whether her mother stole it or not, like, the Baroness is her mother, so it's hers.
Yes.
That the Baron gave to the Baroness because she was pregnant, and then she just had to go and try to kill the baby.
Yeah,
And she told the Baron that the baby died at childbirth, and then the Baron... John said the Baron wasted away.
But what does that mean?
I kind of feel like that means that she killed him.
Yeah, I definitely could see the Baroness trying to kill.
Right.
Because... he also said that the Baron was away for work when the baby was born. Right. So damn well if the Baron was there wouldn't have been no Catherine. Or
well, we Catherine? Don't know that. She would have probably killed the baby in another way, but yeah, it most likely would have happened differently.
Yes, and Catherine, which is her adoptive mother's name,
I guess, I don't know.
She probably would have still had her job there for a little bit.
And that really didn't... She still had her job. She just left because she wanted to take care of the baby, I thought.
Yeah. But she wouldn't... If she hadn't gotten a baby to take care of, then she would have... That's not important, though,
yeah, so. I don't know. But, yes, events might have happened differently.
Yes.
Had the Baron been home, because he would have been there to see the baby, but I don't really think it would have been that different, because she would have just killed the baby in another way anyway.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But then we see probably the best jailbreak ever. Wink comes in carrying a little lockpick set in his mouth.
Yeah, and before that, Cruella just rams into the building with a garbage truck.
Was it a garbage truck?
It was a garbage truck.
Okay. Yeah,
because she drops the garbage like behind her and prevents the cops from to chase her down the alleyway. Yeah,
that scene kind of reminded me of like this one from The Office. She was wearing like a fake mustache and she was in a costume, and then she just rams, and the dog just rolls out.
Yeah.
Wink just kind of, man, I want a dog as smart as Wink.
Yeah. Too bad we might not get that.
Well, of course, nobody's ever going to get that. He's mostly CGI.
Yeah, exactly.
But he gives him the lockpick, and then Horace is so happy that they get out. He goes, "I'll kiss you right on the mouth. I don't care where it's been."
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Yeah, I hope you like dog nuts.
Okay. Did you just say dog nuts?
I did.
Because I thought you said donut, and that made me hungry, and then I was like, oh.
Dog nuts.
More like a donut hole. So, something, again, I noticed on my rewatch about the soundtrack. The song Come Together plays because after they break out, Cruella enacts her next, like, probably final plan, where she tries to, like... Everybody thinks she's dead.
Yeah.
So she hijacks the Baroness's next party, steals all their dresses.
Oh, yeah.
Sends out all of these dresses.
Black and white dresses with a wig.
And as she's doing this, it's a montage of her sending out these boxes that say, I would like you to wear this in memory of Cruella or something like that, from the Baroness, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then, as this montage is playing, the song Come Together is playing over it, and it's literally, I noticed, like, it's all of them coming together over me. Like, they come together over Cruella.
Yeah, okay.
That was awesome.
That's some like Eric Voss type shit. I didn't really make that connection with the song. Like, obviously the song plays a point. Like, they just don't pick random songs to put in movies, but
it was like when it finally hit at the end, come together over me, and then they were all standing at the party. I was like, oh my gosh, they literally just came together over her.
Yeah.
Like, that was really cool. Speaking of really cool, she got her last name from a car.
Yeah, Horace just shows up with a panther devil, and he's like, when I thought the name Devil, and he's like, it's not pronounced Devil, it's pronounced Deville. Yeah, and you know that gives Cruella her signature, name, and yeah.
Why do you go to like the Jim Bob voice whenever you try to do Horace or Jasper?
I don't know. No, Horace is like a Jim Bob voice, but Jasper, I don't know. Every time you do it, you're just like, and it's like, I don't know what the fuck you just said. I cannot hear you. You fade out. Yeah, she gets her name from a car, as you stated, and I quoted Horace's line about it being devil. And
I never knew that though. Like,
I didn't even know there was even a car called the Panther DeVille.
I'm kind of mad that it's called the Panther. I wanted it to be named after a dog, not a cat creature.
The Dalmatian DeVille.
I mean, not really that, but some maybe, I don't know.
Something.
The Wolf DeVille. I don't know.
I don't know.
But this movie opened a lot for me because I didn't even know her real name was Estella. I always thought her name was Cruella DeVille. So learning that this is an alter ego she made up, I was like, oh my god, she got her last name from the car.
Wow. Yeah. That's very interesting. But, we also don't know how long that's been the case. Like I'm sure when Disney came up with the character Cruella, I'm pretty sure they were just like, yeah, no, this is just her name. And that it honestly had to have been maybe like the live action adaptation of 101 Dalmatians that involves Estella being a name, maybe.
I don't know, but that's what confuses me too, is like, aside from the movie 101 Dalmatians where we see Cruella, what history are they basing this off of? Is there like a book I don't know about?
Yeah, they're
like, where is this just an original story they're randomly coming up with about her origin?
I mean, I don't know, because
it said this is an original Disney property. But then again, isn't like Rapunzel and the Little Mermaid also original Disney properties? Yeah. And they're just stories from other books.
When I was saying original, I was meaning like Disney owned IPs before all their acquisitions.
Right, I get what you mean. Yeah. But like, even if they're original though, like, they all came from some books. So like, what's the source material that this movie is basing off of?
Like, it would be cool to see this just be completely original. Like, obviously the IP isn't original, but the story behind it would be dope if it was original.
Right.
But,
But I don't really know. But yeah, I laughed because I looked at my notes and... Okay, hold on. Random... This is weird to me, and I wanted to ask you if you noticed or if I'm just being crazy, but when they all came together for Cruella and they were all wearing those dresses and those wigs, why? Why didn't... Okay, so the Baroness is the one that murdered her, which I guess nobody knows, but everybody sees that she was upstaging the Baroness, like, especially when she like covered her car in a big-ass dress.
Yeah.
So... Why So why is everybody toasting her? Why is the Baroness suddenly, like, sad that she's dead?
Well, the Baroness could give two shits about her death, but she had to play it off.
No, I clearly get she had to what I'm saying is, why does nobody question that? Like, why do they just like, oh, okay, yeah, let's toast your nemesis's death in a sad way?
Maybe because it's the Baroness, and she's like, it's my way or the highway. So and maybe they thought that.
They just kind of blindly follow her?
Maybe.
Nah, I guess I could see that.
Because we see how she treats people. Like,
she's a bitch.
Like, bro, like, they even showed us like bodyguards tackling women in gold that are basically up, like, their outfits look better than hers.
I liked the one scene when the guy showed her the stun gun and she's like, oh. And then it's the maid that walks by and she just
I could do this all day.
Oh my gosh, she's so mean. I love it.
It's kind of ironic that both her and the actress's name for Cruella are both Emma. I don't know why.
Emma Stone and Emma Thompson. Yeah.
Which I'm like, oh, there's two Emmas on the project. That's cool.
But yeah. So then, yeah, whatever. So then they like toast her death. And we look out and we see that Estella, Cruella is wearing the wig again, and she's Estella sitting out on the same place that her mom died.
Yeah, and then she has John and Jasper and Horace all send the guests out to the terrace, which obviously they all don't get out there right away, obviously. But
well, yeah, because it's a perfect time for them to have a conversation.
They're talking, or actually,
it's not really talking. It's basically like Cruella just kind of says like, "Hey, I'm not dead," and also like, "I think you know who I am," and like.
Yeah.
The Baroness just kind of goes, "Oh my God, yeah, you are my daughter," and like, I'm just gonna try to act concerned and try to act all nice now and be your friend.
But before that, I did kind of like how she just like nonchalantly stole her dog whistle, and that's why that's what leads her outside to begin with, because the dogs are like trying to get to Estella.
Again, I didn't notice that till the rewatch. Like, I thought the dogs were just walking, or they sensed Estella and they were looking out. I didn't realize she was blowing the whistle.
Yeah, no, they were like straight up pulling the Baroness, and like, yeah, she was like, what the like, what?
Yeah, I didn't get that at all the first time.
And then we do see her blowing the whistle.
Yep.
So, you know.
But it was weird because, like, I know that she kind of kidnapped the dogs for maybe like a month there.
Yeah, but they started to grow some attachment to her.
See, again, though, was it a month? Was it a day? Was it a week? They just had to wait for one poop.
Yeah.
Is that not a day?
But then again, John says that he found the necklace. Like, the whole point of the dog napping is he found the necklace in the house. So a dog shit in the house, but they didn't smell it.
I think a dog shit in the house because it was so scared of the fire. Like, maybe it shit in the house. Oh, crap, I don't know.
If you remember,
the Baroness was already there.
Yeah, she took the Dalmatians
gone,
with
though,
her.
at that point?
Yeah. The Dalmatians went with the Baroness.
No, I know that, but the Baroness is the one that set the fire, the match, and then left. So did the dogs go with her at that point?
Yeah.
Maybe they could... Okay, so then they probably shit when she set the match.
I don't know.
It probably got scared and was like, "Oh my God!" and then pooped, and then like...
No, there's no... Honestly, I could not see them being scared of something like that. Because, like, they're gruesome beasts as it is, as we see.
Right, but I mean, even Frankenstein's scared of fire.
But still,
you keep putting it over there, man. I keep hearing buzzing.
I don't hear buzzing. I don't hear buzzing.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why I'm just casually having my phone right here. But
it only happens when you go like certain. I don't know.
But yeah. either way, I don't know. I don't think that one of the dogs shit, like, as she lit the match. It had to have been, like, when they first, like, kidnapped the dogs. But if that is the case, how did they not smell it?
I don't think that's the case because the poop would have been all dried and stuff. And the way he was talking about picking it up and cleaning it, I think it was fresh poop.
I don't know. Maybe they don't give us too much detail on that.
Right.
So.
But I don't think it's that far-fetched to think like one of the dogs panic crapped while she was lighting the fire or doing that whole like arrangement with them in the house.
Yeah.
And then with everybody focusing on that, nobody's going to say anything about dog poop.
Yeah, no, because...
Or they might not even remember that the dog swallowed it, or they might not know. Does anybody besides Cruella even know that the dog swallowed the necklace?
Yeah, she pointed it out. That's why she dog-napped him.
Well, yeah, she pointed it out to Jasper and Horace, but I mean, like, on the Baroness's side. I don't think they even know that the dog swallowed the necklace.
No, Cruella definitely knows that one of the Dalmatians swallowed it.
Cruella, Jasper, and Horace know. They all know. Well, everyone else does not know, is what I'm saying.
People probably don't care, though, on their side.
But I'm saying that because she wants her necklace back, so don't you think they'd be checking the shit, too? So now I'm trying to prove that one of them panic crapped in the house while they were doing that, because then, even if they did smell the poop, who cares that the dog shit after they have the only 3 people that care tied up?
Well, if one of them did know that they swallowed it, they didn't seem to care, because if they were doing a good job looking, they would have found the pile of shit.
Exactly, but that's why I think it's not just they wouldn't care. They're the Baronesses. They have to be better than that. So, like, I think they didn't know.
Yeah, probably not.
Because the dog swallowed it when it was chasing her, so it, like, did it in front of the camera. So, like, no one behind saw it, I don't think. I think they still think she stole the necklace.
Yeah, probably. Or actually, I don't even think they really know that she stole the necklace. Because she was earlier in the film, she was going to have her arrested for trespassing, not for stealing.
True, because the dog stole But then she did say, someone stole my necklace.
Yeah, and then saw the dog with it.
Right, but did she not make the connection that was her dog? Or was that just a random dog that got in her party?
It was Cruella's dog, but she probably didn't make that connection. Like, she probably isn't as bright as Cruella is.
I mean, maybe not, but because Cruella did say she was going to be her, but better.
Yeah.
But that's her mother, so she had to get her genius from somewhere. I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't.
But, yeah, anyway, so the Baroness, like, is out on the terrace, and she's trying to, like, do anything she can to make butter melt in her mouth, anything she can to, like, make it up to Cruella and, like, get her on her side.
Yeah.
And she goes in for a hug.
And she goes in for a hug.
And she's very predictably just...
at first, Cruella was like, "You're not going to push me, are you?" I'm like, "No, of course not."
That was a stupid question anyway. Like, of course she was gonna. And I really don't get why that was even there. I think she only said that just, like... It was so obvious she was going to push her. We all knew it was coming. Why'd you even say that? For comedic effect?
No.
You're not going to push me, are ya? See, I can... You don't hear that?
No.
That's crazy.
But yeah, when the Baroness pushes Cruella, her guests see it, and she's trying to, like... She jumped! She tried to drag me with her! She jumped!
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't jump. You pushed her. But I really like the use of her dress, because when she, like, dresses back up as Estella, she uses her dress as a parachute.
Oh yeah, she crafted a different kind of dress.
Yeah. And, in the narration as well, she does say that like a specific material dress is like that'll do that for you. I forget what she said exactly, but
I remember as she was floating down, she said, "A well-cut skirt is always nice, ladies," or something like that.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Okay, it wasn't a material then, but yeah,
that I didn't I didn't expect it to be a parachute, but I knew she wasn't gonna die, so I didn't know what I was expecting. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
the push was obvious.
And
over the cliff was obvious.
Was that Horace in the boat that she got in?
Yes.
How did he get down there so quickly to begin with?
Because I feel like he was waiting down there. That was their plan.
No, I know, but he was also at the party dressed up like Cruella as well, if you remember.
He was.
And then he had to lock the bodyguards in the library.
Right, and it wasn't Artie because he was also there. So then maybe it was Jasper in the boat. It might have been Jasper.
Jasper was up there as well. All three of them were up there. It had to have been...
Was he?
Yes.
What was Jasper doing at that point in the party?
He was also invited... He was telling everyone that the Baroness invites them out to the terrace, so... Along with John and Artie.
Oh, okay. I don't remember seeing that. I only see Artie and John tell people.
But, no, it definitely was a bigger fella, so it had to have been Horace, but how did he get down there so quickly?
I don't know. But then again, how did they get up there so quickly? When she jumps off, she immediately comes back up in full costume change as Cruella before bitch is even dragged out.
Yeah, I don't know. It just had to have been just some edits made.
Yeah, but you bring up a good point. That's... Are they fucking Flash? What?
Yeah, really.
There's no way. But I didn't even think of the boat one, actually. I didn't even know Horace was down there. I was just thinking, like, Cruella got there pretty quick for having just died.
Yeah.
But I get why she had to be there so quick to be like, oh, hi, I'm back. And also, you just killed a person. Like, see, I was here the whole time. Two people. We're two different people, you know? To make it seem like they're two different people, because then she's going to sign her will. Estella is going to sign it over to her best friend, Cruella.
Yeah, she said just before Estella passed, luckily she had signed her...
Right. Because her plan was... They invited everyone out on the terrace because they all saw the Baroness push her. Yeah. And then John told the will, which means she got the Baron's fortune, not the Baroness.
Yeah.
So the Baroness is in jail. So... Yeah. Is she going to be in part 2?
I feel like she could definitely be in part 2.
Is there going to be a part 2?
Yeah, that'd be disappointing if there wasn't.
I feel like there must, especially because of that end credit scene.
Yeah, but there's no way.
Okay, so guys, the end credit scene, Cruella basically sets up the events of 101 Dalmatians.
Yep. She sends both Roger, which we forgot to mention earlier in the movie, but he was basically the Baroness's lawyer.
Yeah, he was
detective.
Just a little side character in this one, but it was a nice nod to the original.
Yeah. But you know, Roger, he's a lawyer. Anita, a photographer for a news company. She honestly, so. She sends Anita a puppy, I think, because, they were friends throughout school. But I think the only reason why she sends Roger a puppy is because, like, I'm sorry I got you fired.
Right, because she even said, like, he blames me for getting fired.
But really, it was just because, he was Roger.
But it's just Roger. But I don't know if I'm dumb. Like, maybe I'm forgetting something about the original 101 Dalmatians, but, like, I don't remember Cruella being the one to set up the events. Like, to set up them having the puppies.
Honestly. But then again, do we ever see that in the original movie?
I don't know. I think we just see Roger and Anita with Pongo and Perdita.
And then a bunch of pups.
Right. Well, no, I believe they were pregnant at first, and then she had to litter 15 pups.
Okay.
I think that's how that worked. But
where does the 101 come from?
The 101 comes from they have a litter of 15, and then Cruella wants to buy as many as she can to make coats out of them, so she just starts buying them up, and she amasses, like, 101 minus 15 in her factory, and then she tries to steal their 15 Dalmatians to make it 101 Dalmatians. Because I believe she has, like, I don't know, 87.
But, also, that's another thing. Like, yeah, Cruella's a villain, but has she really done any villainous act in this movie? Like, she's done bad things, like she's stolen, but would you identify her more as maybe an anti-hero in this? No?
She's an orphan from the beginning.
Yeah.
I guess if you think about it, the Baroness called her dogs, but maybe the Baroness only called her dogs because they were already out there. So I don't know. Like, maybe if Cruella stayed in the car, her mom would never have died, but I doubt it.
Yeah. I feel like her mom was gonna die either way.
But either way, she was kind of like a lonely street urchin who lived with these other two, orphans, and they kind of just stole for everything. So, like, no, I wouldn't consider her good.
But that's the thing, an anti-hero doesn't always do good things.
All right, but when does she do good things in this movie?
When does she do good things?
You tell me you don't hear that.
Well, yeah, I do hear that this time. But... Well, I mean, she got someone locked away that deserved to be behind bars.
Right, but I mean, she really only got her locked away for her own needs and wants.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about the movie, she stole for everything in the beginning, stole, like, all the clothes, or the stuff to make the clothes and wallets and stuff. Jasper faked her resume into getting accepted. Then she went to this job where, she was good at it, but she kind of, like, fucked up a lot of times, and she fucked up the window display. She was getting arrested at the time when the Baroness found her.
Was she getting arrested, though? Or was she just being, like...
I don't know if she was being thrown out or getting arrested for vandalism. I think she was getting arrested for vandalism, though. I'm not sure.
But, okay, so maybe I wouldn't consider her an anti-hero, but I wouldn't necessarily call her a villain yet. She's definitely a crook, but a villain?
Well, right. I think that's why there has to be a second part so that she can, like, get to be the villain character, but I don't... She's not good. She's not an anti-hero. I would not call her an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Like, maybe she's not a full-fledged villain, but she's not an anti-hero. She's just Cruella. She's still a shitty person.
Yeah, she is.
Like, I mean...
Not as shitty as the Baroness, though.
But she's gonna be, though. She literally said, I'm going to be her, but better.
Yeah.
So, not get caught, basically. Or whatever. So, like, I don't know where this is gonna lead.
Honestly, though, she kind of already proved herself to be better because she... was smart about the way that she got the Baroness caught. So,
right.
Like, she had all the guests come out to the terrace right at the right time. They witnessed her. They witnessed the Baroness push Cruella.
Right. So she is smarter.
So,
but smarter doesn't mean she's good.
No, not at all.
And she's not.
Oh yeah, I know, because like, if you were like a regular detective and like you were setting yourself up to be in that situation, you die unless you had, like, you're not a spy, you're not James Bond. Apparently Cruella is similar though, or like James Bond in a way. Like,
I mean, she jumped off a cliff with a parachute.
Yeah, but like, that's some spy shit. Like, that's not something you'd see on like a regular police officer.
It's not, but like, it's just a parachute, and she's been living her whole life doing horrible things like this. So, like, clearly she's used to some unordinary shit.
Oh, that.
But I want to know how this end credit... If she gives Pongo and Perdita to Roger and Anita, then why is it that in 101 Dalmatians she's then trying to steal them back?
Is she trying to steal them back or the pups?
Either way, they're dogs. Like, they're...
Yeah.
Why? What's the point of that? If you wanted the pups, you could have just kept them, and they would have had sex at your house, and then, I mean, pups. Also, is this not incest as hell?
I mean...
Like, inbreeding?
Yeah.
If it comes from the three dogs, I would assume one of the dogs got the other dog pregnant.
Yeah.
2 puppies get passed down to Roger and Anita, who then get together, and then those dogs get together and have puppies.
Well,
So brother and sister just had puppies.
Well, when you think about it, with animals, incest or inbreeding isn't,
It's not dude, can you just like set that on like a shelf or something? Do you even need it anymore? It just keeps going back over there. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't hear the noise though.
I do though.
So like you're hearing a noise, but I'm not.
Yeah, but even when you pulled it over there, you heard it louder. So like, either way, if you're not using it, I don't get why you gotta keep holding it and moving it when we know it's gonna cause problems. Like I just set mine in one spot and left it.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, yeah, so brother and sister had puppies, and you're right, inbreeding isn't totally uncommon, but look at pugs and French bulldogs. It's still proof that inbreeding isn't good for the animals.
Yeah. I don't know how to comment on that, so...
Like, you know how pugs have that pushed-in face? That's because of, like... You know how there are special people that have genetic mutations that are mentally handicapped, and if you have incest in your family, like if I have a kid with my sister, it would more likely to come out special. Same thing with the dogs, just not quite as fast because they're dogs, so they have more. It takes a little longer for it to happen.
Yeah.
But it's still basically the same thing. You want different bloodlines. So, like, these puppies are kind of screwed.
Yeah, they're...
I never thought about that. It's
maybe that's why Cruella is after them in the original, because, like, they're screwed either way. Might as well kill them and make some fur coats,
But even there, though, if her original motivation was to kill them for fur coats, she sort of kind of did that in this movie. She already had a fake fur coat that was made out of Dalmatian. It looked like it was, and she took the blame for killing the dogs, so, like...
I mean, she took the blame for killing them, but she told Artie that she didn't kill them, and we see Baroness retrieve all 3 of the dogs that she originally dognapped.
Right. So we find out she didn't, but, like, she already can make fake Dalmatian fur coats and stuff, so why would she want to do the real thing? Why would she want to kill the dogs when she could already get away with it?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe better material? I don't know.
You're right, dude. Because it's a little more modern, right? I assume this one might take place in the 80s.
Yeah.
A couple years later. Maybe 4 years later. Dude. What if she is making a killing with, like, fake Dalmatian fur and stuff, but then finds that it's cheaper to just kill the real things and use the real fur. So she starts doing that to save money.
Yeah.
But how would it be cheaper to...
In all honesty...
You're just dyeing white fabric.
I mean, unless you're talking like maybe... I don't know, maybe she goes in the business, like in the clothing business, and sells her creations.
I don't know.
And then she sells them at like real price or whatever when it's not fake, and then people catch on to the scam, and I don't know. I don't know where the sequel's gonna go. We don't know if it's gonna set up the events of the original movie, or... I
mean, I hope it does. It gave them the puppies, and we saw Roger and Anita. Hopefully they get together.
Yeah. And that's another thing, though. Honestly, the plots that we know as the original movie could just get rewritten.
It could.
Which I could definitely see it, because 101 Dalmatians, the movie that came out in 1961, yeah, that I could see as a little bit outdated.
Well, I mean, but that's why I think they made Anita a black woman and Roger an Indian guy, because, like, that they were both just white. She was just like a housewife. Now she's like a banging journalist.
Yeah.
I think they already are switching it up and making it a little better.
Oh, yeah. No, they definitely are. But,
You're right. There's got to be some rewriting, or I don't know how the hell they're going to tie this in to make her the villain of 101 Dalmatians when she, like, set up 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, really.
Unless we're thinking about this wrong. Maybe it's not. Maybe the sequel is not going to be 101 Dalmatians, but it's just going to be Cruella 2, and it still takes place before 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah. Maybe they get together while they're still pups.
Yeah, like maybe it's right after this.
Yeah. I mean, I was going with the Cruella 2 route more than I was 101 Dalmatians live-action adaptation, but there's... I feel like either way, a sequel is going to touch on plot points from previous movies.
Well, right. I mean, I'm sure the movie's always going to be called Cruella 2, but... I mean, I don't think it's just going to be, oh, okay, now we're going to see the events of 101 Dalmatians because we got all that. I still think it's just going to be, all right, now, what's Cruella doing? Aside from what we've seen her do to get the dogs, because, like, again, if she's already used this fur, why are you going to go kill dogs to get a pattern you already used?
Yeah.
What's your motivation? I don't get it.
I don't know. I really don't, man.
But we'll have to stay tuned and see, because it's been a long one, and we gotta go.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next time.